Hey everyone, and welcome. We're living in a world that's being shaped by artificial intelligence more and more every single day. And to navigate it, you kind of need a new kind of fluency. So today, we're going to dive into a framework that's designed to give us exactly that. So, where do we even start with AI? How do we talk about it? Is it just a simple tool we use, like a hammer? Is it more of a partner we collaborate with? Or is it something a bit more threatening? You know, Depending on the day or the context, it can feel like all three. And that's exactly why we need a common language to get a handle on its really complex role in our lives. Okay, let's get into it. The first thing we really have to grasp is that AI isn't some far-off sci-fi concept anymore. Nope, it is here, right now. And frankly, our collective understanding is way behind where the tech actually is. Just think about it for a second. AI is humming along in the background, shaping what you see when you search, what job applications get noticed, and even the news that pops up in your feed. This gap between AI's massive influence and what we generally understand about it is the whole reason we need a structured way to catch up. And that brings us right to the solution, a comprehensive framework that's basically a roadmap. It's designed to pull back the curtain on artificial intelligence and really empower us to engage with it in a thoughtful, critical way. Okay, so what are we even talking about when we say AI literacy? Well, this definition comes from Leo Lowe, who's the Dean of Libraries at the University of Virginia. He defines it as the ability to understand, use, and think critically about AI technologies and their impact on society, ethics, and everyday life. As you can see, it's about way more than just the tech. It's about the entire human context. So, this whole framework, it's built on 5 core pillars. I like to think of them as an essential toolkit, where each tool helps us build a much more complete, well-rounded picture of what AI is and what it does. And here they are: technical knowledge, ethical awareness, critical thinking, practical skills, and societal impact. These 5 pieces are really the heart of AI literacy. All right, let's dig into each one. First up is technical knowledge. And right off the bat, let's be clear. This is not about learning to code. The goal here is just to get a solid grasp on the basic ideas that make AI tick. We're talking about getting a handle on concepts like machine learning, which is just how these systems learn from data, and algorithms, which are the rule books they follow. For example, just understanding why your search engine spits out certain results can turn that mysterious black box into something you actually understand. And that lets you approach AI with a lot more confidence. But look, technical know-how is only one piece of the puzzle. You see, AI isn't built in some kind of vacuum. It operates in our messy, complex world. And that brings us to our second component, ethical awareness. It's all about remembering that these systems always reflect the values and biases of the people who create them. This is where we really have to start asking the tough questions. Is this AI fair? Is it inclusive? Is it transparent? We have to think about the real-world consequences, like hidden biases or major privacy issues. The key thing to remember is that every single technical choice can have a real, tangible impact on people's lives. For real. All right, number 3, critical thinking. This is the skill of actively questioning AI, not just passively accepting whatever it spits out. It's about being a sharp, discerning user instead of just a consumer. So, what does that actually look like? Well, it means looking at the data an AI was trained on and asking, what's in here? And just as important, whose voices or perspectives are missing? When we do that, we take back our own agency. We remind ourselves that AI is never perfect and it's certainly never neutral. Okay, moving on to number 4, practical skills. Because look, literacy isn't just about theory, right? It's also about knowing how to actually use these incredible AI tools effectively, efficiently, and, this is the big one, appropriately. This is all about getting your hands dirty. Go experiment with tools like ChatGPT or Midjourney and see what they can do and what they can't. But it's more than just knowing how to use them. It's about developing the wisdom to know when AI is the right solution and when you absolutely need human judgment. And last, but definitely not least, our 5th component zooms way out to the biggest picture possible, societal impact. This is where we step back and look at how AI is fundamentally changing our culture, our jobs, and even our planet. This means we're tackling the big stuff here, like how hiring algorithms might perpetuate bias, or how surveillance tech pushes up against our ideas of privacy. We even have to think about AI's massive environmental footprint. But hey, it's not all doom and gloom. This part is also about exploring how AI can be a force for good, like making our energy grids way more efficient. So, with all these components, how do we actually put them into practice? Well, the beauty of this framework is that it's not about reaching some finish line. It's all about seeing literacy as this ongoing journey. And it gives us a really clear path to follow as we build our skills over time. And this rubric, it lays that path out perfectly. For each of those 5 components we just talked about, you can see how you'd progress from level 1, which is just some basic awareness, all the way up to level 4, which is deep strategic insight. Take ethical awareness, for example. You might start by just spotting obvious biases, but eventually you could be the one developing entire ethics policies. It's just an amazing tool for figuring out where you are now and where you want to go. Okay, so when you pull it all together, you start to see that AI literacy is so much more than just a tech-heavy subject. It's really about taking an active role in deciding what our collective future with AI is going to look like. And this quote from the source material really just nails the whole spirit of this framework. The point isn't for AI to replace us. The focus is on using it to enhance our uniquely human abilities, our creativity, our critical judgment, our empathy. So this whole vision really rests on 3 core principles. First, human-AI collaboration, seeing AI as a partner. Second, lifelong learning, because let's face it, this technology is never going to stand still. And third, a serious commitment to equity and access, making sure that everyone has a chance to engage with these tools meaningfully. So at the end of the day, what's the big takeaway? It's this. By truly embracing AI literacy, we stop being just passive consumers of tech and become active, informed participants. We pull back the curtain on this stuff, and we earn ourselves a seat at the table for the really important conversations about the kind of future we all want to build. So I'm going to leave you with this one final thought. Getting literate, that's the crucial first step. But the real question is, what are you going to do with it? What will your understanding of AI empower you to build, to question, or to change?